There is so much information online that is telling people about how they can get rich in short periods of times. There are information on there about how you can get rich in 90 days, how you can get rich in 6 months, in 12 months, in 18 months, and the time period keeps going. The fact of the matter is everybody is in different situation and circumstance, and therefore pinning this timeline on how quickly people can get wealthy is simply a fallacy, and that's what we're going to be looking at in this video today. Welcome back to IRA Living. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the time period of getting rich quick fallacy, and so we're going to be talking about it here in great detail and looking at what are some of the strategies that people should be actually implementing in their lives if it is their desire to become financially emancipated and experience freedom in its totality when it comes on to money and the things that they can afford themselves, when they can do so, how they can do so, and where and with whom. So let's jump into it. I've selected 2 videos that I'm going to be using in this video today just to highlight and emphasize the point that I'm trying to drive home about these videos. And a quick YouTube search came up with so many that I could choose from. And even on these very channels, you see other storylines that links to the same ideology of getting rich over a short period. And some of them have used resources of other individuals that they have produced over time. But if you look at the key construct of each of these videos, you will notice that they use generic circumstances of individuals and work at the psychology of people who are feeling unlucky, less than, unworthy, or who have not been able to get themselves out of certain predicament. And so they play on the victimhood mindset and then try to see how they can sell this idea of how you can get wealthy in a short period of time without actually giving you any substantial measures that you can implement in your life in order to be able to do so. So now I'm going to share these video clips with you, and then I'm going to come back and give you some ideas as to strategies that you can implement to help yourself to become financially emancipated.
A job you don't like, working with people you don't want to, and earning way less than you'd like. But the truth is, you keep going in this job because it's your only source of income, isn't that right? You probably have no money saved up, your expenses are sky high, and your salary only covers the essentials. The things you really like you never manage to buy. You feel like you're in an endless abyss. You have high credit card debts, and perhaps you have a massive debt from financing college because someone once told you that once you graduated, you'd have a good job, and you'd be a happy, fulfilled, successful person. You managed to complete your studies with a lot of effort, but you never worked in the field you truly wanted. Now your plan to get rich. All this seems like a distant dream. Now you see on the internet every day dozens of young people showing off trips, luxury cars, and bank accounts filled with money. Some have become rich, others millionaires, and still others billionaires. You look at all this and wonder, how did they manage that? What's the secret to being rich, especially those who got there so young? It leaves you perplexed, it makes you angry. Some say they were lucky, others say they were born into wealth. Some people go further in their reasoning and say, surely they were dishonest and got all that money by getting involved in the wrong things, and you feel unlucky for not having achieved any of that. Besides, those dreams you had of buying that mansion, your favorite car, living life traveling around the world, they will remain just dreams, nothing more, nothing less. You come to the harsh conclusion that life isn't fair to you, and it feels like a game of chance where you only lose and never win. It's been like that from the beginning for you, and you're on the losing side, but what if I told you that you're wrong?
Where you're constantly short on cash, and start earning money the way millionaires do. What if I told you that all you need isn't more knowledge or harder work, but the right mindset and a few simple yet powerful principles that will transform your financial future? At first, it might seem impossible, but Robert Kiyosaki, the author of the legendary book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, has unveiled secrets that have already helped millions of people around the world become financially independent. In this video, I'll explain how to think like a wealthy person, why the traditional job model can keep you trapped in poverty, and what steps you should take to finally level up. Want to learn how to control your finances instead of being controlled by them? Then stay tuned till the end. You definitely won't regret it. Many people have been searching for years to find their way to more money. There are a lot more well-trodden paths now. After all, people used to be pioneers in business, wealth, and money. An idea was valued then, but now knowledge and experience are valued. This is the idea that Kiyosaki is trying to convey.
Millennials have a better chance because at least you're aware that something is messed up.
The finance guru was not left out and decided to share his own knowledge and experience with the next generation. The faster you lay the foundation of your wealth, the faster you will become rich, Robert states. 90 Days to Riches.
Now, these videos can provide motivation and insight for individuals, and sometimes extrinsic motivation is necessary to help us to get moving and get started on our ambitions and our aspirations. And then intrinsic motivation helps to get us the full length of the journey. Nevertheless, when we examine ideologies that are telling us about how to build wealth portfolio or how to get ourselves out of debt and out of poverty, we need to have strategic approach that we're going to be taking. And therefore, we need to have steps that we can actually actively walk away and implement. And what we're going to do here is to try and share some of those with you that you can go and utilize in your everyday living. Again, this information is indeed generic that we are also providing. However, the information we're providing are information that you can practically apply to your living in whatever circumstance or situation that you're currently in. If it is that you're aspiring to become financially emancipated, or you're aspiring to escape poverty, or whatever your financial aspirations may be for yourself, your future, and for your family, the first thing that you will need to think about is deciding on the type of lifestyle that you want to live. What kind of lifestyle is it that you need? And when you're exploring this, avoid thinking about the surface material things such as jewelry or other forms of accessories that are name brand and that people think add to their social status. Avoid thinking about things like yacht and other things like those that are simply going to require high levels of investment and high cost to maintain in the long run, where you could, if you aspire to achieve these things, it's things that you could pay for and experience at different points along your lifetime journey. Once you have decided on the lifestyle that you want to live, the action you next need to take is to start to carve out what this is going to look like and make room for it to happen. And one of the first things that you need to do is to be conscious of developing a spending guide or a budget. And what this allows you to do is to be able to explore your fixed spending, your variable expenditures, and your generosity, which will include also your guilt-free spending, your fund that you're going to be saving, and your money that you're going to be giving away in terms of charitable donations. In so doing, you're going to be examining your fixed expenditure, your variable expenditures, and also your generosity. And your generosity includes things like your charitable giving or tithe paying. It includes things like you're putting away money for savings and investment, and also your guilt-free spending in which you're being generous to yourself. The next step you want to take, which is step 3, is to start to pay down your debt where you have those, and also start to set up a savings scheme, whether you're going to be doing that independently in your home with envelopes and jars, or you're going to automate that using a bank account online, or a bank account with the same bank that you currently bank with, to support you in developing an investment fund that you are then going to look at investing in the future. The fourth thing that you're going to need to do is to change your money mindset. And we do have a video on here about different money mindsets and how to view money, and also understanding how money works and therefore how you are going to allow it to work for you. The fifth step that you're going to want to take is to review your earning potential. Now, in reviewing your earning potential, you might want to negotiate a pay rise with your employer. You might also want to look for a better job with a greater pay package that you're going to be able to earn more and save more for your investment portfolio. Other steps that you can take here is to review your expenses to see where you can have cutbacks or where you can negotiate better contracts with your different providers, and simply explore other ways of which you can reduce your current costs or increase your current earning potential. Now, the sixth step that you want to take is to be accountable. Now, being accountable means that you're taking responsibility for the process that you're going through here as you're trying to make sure that you are on your path to financial emancipation and living out the lifestyle that you have decided that you're curating for yourself. Now, in doing so, you want to celebrate your wins, because when you achieve them, you need to recognize them. You also want to review and reflect on the progress that you have made, and also reassess your spending guide or your budget as things change in your circumstance, so that the monies that you're directing are going in the right place that they need to be for you to optimize the outcome that you are seeking. Step number 7 is to explore investment potentials and areas of interest that you might have that you can invest in, or an avenue that will provide you the means to be able to curate financial emancipation and live the lifestyle that you desire. And then as we move on to step number 8 is simply repeat. This is where you create a continued review and revision cycle, and you design out your growth towards your financial emancipation and curating the lifestyle that you desire. These are 8 steps that you can implement in whatever stage you are in your life and your journey towards financial emancipation and achieving the freedom that you want in order to live the lifestyle that you desire and pursue. Remember, financial literacy is revolutionary. It has transformed my life, and I believe that it can do the same to yours.